And this is something that I use on my horse's legs and their face. It's called a tiger tongue because the texture of it is kind of rough like a cat tongue. I say rough, it's not abrasive. It's actually pretty soft, but it does feel like it has a little porous, kind of feels like a cat tongue. And this is a great, it does a great job of cleaning, but it's also a great myofascial release tool. So when I do my horse's legs, if I've never used this on a horse before, I would just kind of go down gently, get them used to the feel of it. Maybe position yourself a little differently under a horse that's never had this done before, but I know I can sit underneath mine and he's fine. Just, get him used to the feel of it. And then you can use some cross fiber friction and go across like this. So you're stimulating circulation, you're stimulating some fluid movement in the joints, and you're increasing circulation. So when the fascia gets tight and the tendons and ligaments get tight, that's when we get injuries. So not enough people pay attention to their horse's lower limb. A lot of people don't even run a brush over their horse's limbs. And this is really important in the wintertime. It's important in the summertime too, but more importantly in the wintertime, I think, because our horses are standing around more and they're walking on hard surfaces, they're walking on ice, frozen mud. So the more that we can give their lower limb a little TLC, the better. And so you can see over here when I'm doing this side, cross fiber friction, kind of how the tissue moves along the leg there. So I would do all four sides, the front, the back, and each side. And I'd go up the hock. I might have to go on the other side to get the rest of that. And I go all the way up the stifle because the stifles get tight too. And doing a little cross fiber friction across the stifle, not a bad idea. And I'd go up to the groin if your horse is okay with you going up to the groin. A lot of tightness comes from the groin area. And then once you're done doing cross fiber friction on the front and the back and each side, then you come down and you lay it back down. Kind of think of like brushing your hair in the wrong direction, and then how good it feels to lay it back down. So think of like you're ironing it out. And the other thing that this would be good for is to do this before your farrier comes. Because lots of times horses that have tight stifles or hock problems will benefit from getting a little bit of release of the tissue before your farrier comes to lift up their legs. And in the interim, you can be cleaning their legs for your farrier. I would take a little bit of extra time and I'd go around the coronary band here. Do a little cleaning. I would also go across the back and maybe get the tops of the heel bulbs. The other thing that this does is cleans away some of that bacteria. So sometimes we can get some infections, some fungal bacteria stuff going on around this area of the hoof, and this will help clean that off and maybe prevent some of that. And then while you're down here, you might find an issue sooner rather than later. And while you're down here, you could also check your digital pulses to see if there's anything going on in your horse's hoof before it becomes a problem. So there's a little helpful tip. Go get yourself a tiger tongue and give it a whirl on your horse and see what they have to say.